Hey everyone, just want to wish everyone a happy holidays.
And hopefully everyone was spending time with their loved ones and enjoying some relaxation over the holidays.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So we're not going to record for the week of Christmas, but we do hope that you enjoy one of our previous episodes and it motivates and inspires you.
Yes, so Christina Perry, when she was our special guest, and hopefully that will inspire you to just keep moving over the holidays and get yourself ready to continue your fitness journey into the new year.
Yeah, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all the things, and let's just have a great new year.
Yes.
2026 is my inspiration and hope.
Yeah, yes. I'm
right.
counting on that.
Yeah. See you, everybody. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Not Your Mother's Midlife Crisis. I am Chris and this is my co-host Chris.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
And we have an exciting episode today. We are all in our Ola Kai gear because we have a special guest, the resident badass, Christina Perry, the owner of Ola Kai Functional Fitness. So welcome, Christina.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thanks for joining us. She's actually our first in-person guest
Absolutely.
as well. So we're all in studio.
Yeah, it's
It's
exciting, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're actually going to have someone come with us live here. It's great.
I love it.
So Christina is also the mom of two adorable, sweet kids.
Yes.
And she is the epitome of a strong woman, working hard, badass, getting it all done, business owner, mom, and she manages to stay fit and fabulous. And I know you think you don't have it all together. I'm saying this and you're going, oh my God, because I know you and you do. And it's a great example for everybody that comes into the gym, but you believe in everybody that comes in the gym. You exude, no, I don't have it all together, but you have it more together than me. And I'm going to get you even in better shape. And you just are very, very spot on the support from you and from Jimmy and from all the gym.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's great atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess that's a good start. How did Ola Kai start? And what was your philosophy or the inspiration?
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy story. Jimmy and I are really good at taking big swings at things, and this was definitely a big swing. We both worked together in the mortgage industry for like 8 or 10 years. It was during COVID. It was the peak of our career. We were busiest that we'd ever been. And we were also pretty miserable. Logan was 2.5 at the time. I was having a lot of trouble trying to have another kid, a few devastating miscarriages. And we just kind of like, I remember actually taking a walk on the beach and being like, you know, we're making great money, but like, we don't have time for Logan. Like all this crazy stuff is going on with your health and we're not happy. And we were just both people that like money never really motivated us. We kind of got like just caught up in the cycle of it and like, you know, sell more. So we decided that we were going to quit. We took a few months to like close out our pipeline. We bought a camper van and we packed up our house, literally packed up our house as if we were not going to come back, like ready to sell if we wanted to sell.
Okay.
Like our stuff was in the attic.
So brave.
And we drove cross country with Logan for a month. We were kind of like, if we see a cool town, maybe we'll move there. And what we took away from it was that all these cool national park towns had this vibe that we loved. And we realized leaving Brigantine, yes, we want to be in Brigantine. This is our home and we would love to open a business here. And we took what we loved about the national park businesses that we loved and tried to figure out what we could do in Brigantine. It was active and it was community building.
And it wasn't always going to be a gym.
It wasn't always going to be a gym. We always both individually wanted to own a gym.
Okay.
And we talked about opening up a gym in Brigantine. The island's changed a lot since COVID. Before, we just felt like there wasn't room for two gyms.
Right.
We considered buying the gym that Wolf ended up taking over and didn't really feel like the right timing. So we wanted to bring something that was different than just the average gym. So that's when we got into the group fitness model and we found a building that was for sale and we bought it and we came up with all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your philosophy for Ola Kai? Like what's the philosophy for the mentality of the gym and the vibe?
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say it's a little different than what you would think for a traditional gym. It's community based, welcoming and open. Another thing that I took away when I was just looking at other businesses, gyms and other businesses. So I'm a surfer. I've surfed my whole life. And when I walk into a gym, gone to gym since I was in 6th grade. When I walk into a gym, when I walk into a surf shop, I always feel a little intimidated. I'm always like, oh, they're cooler than me, or they're stronger than me, or they surf better than me. I just don't ever feel like I can walk in and be like, hey, how's it going? And we didn't want that vibe. We wanted the exact opposite. So yes, fitness is the center of it, but really it was just making a place where, badass 5:30 a.m. like CrossFit style person can come in and feel like they're getting an amazing workout. And then people like Patsy, who's 83, can walk in and make friends with everybody and feel comfortable and do
the workout.
And do the workout.
She can do the workout. You just modify, the instructors modify what the class is to fit each person.
Yeah.
And have the knowledge and the foundation to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So being a teaching gym too, not just throwing classes out there, teaching them. So that was really important. And when Ginny kind of laid out the space, he's got the brain for that a little more. It was just kind of me always being like, okay, like needs to be open and not so masculine feeling. And it needs to be light and airy. We're at the beach. I want women to walk in and feel comfortable. And then it was really cool. Charles Barbin, who owns June's Gallery 2 doors down, he kept coming in and like checking on the build, and he noticed we didn't have anything on the walls. And he ran out of wall space for his studio. So now we are kind of an art museum and or not art gallery.
You are.
Yes. Gym.
It's very motivating and like if you're in a struggle, you can like stare at the picture. And go, it's very it helps you mentally.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like like with people that walk through the door, front desk person, the lightness, the art, it just has become a very kind of open, welcoming place to step into, which was big part of what we were looking for.
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, I know when someone comes to visit, I love to be like, I want to show you my gym.
Yeah.
Like, I want to show you where I work out and spend all the time.
So, we have so many people that do that, and it's such an honor when people come in and they're like, I want to show you my gym.
Yes.
They're like, oh, thanks, guys.
Not just the ice cream place. Usually it's the ice cream place around here, or one of the beach bars or whatever. No, it's usually I work beach.
Yeah.
And at no time in my 56 years, I mean, I've been
I've
in
never
gyms. Have I ever said, I want to show you my gym?
Yeah. That's really cool. It's a huge honor.
Yeah.
And we've heard people say that before. It's very.
Yeah, I never thought of that. No, I've never once thought anybody did. Yeah. The gym. You're right.
So I know like, as you know, we're very much into fitness, but we talk to a lot of people, a lot of friends that they're at different levels. Maybe they're just starting out. Maybe they just don't know what to do, but they know that they want to get healthy. So what's your advice for clients when they're considering starting their fitness journey? Like, what do you consider?
Yeah. I mean, I consider not going it alone. I think that talking to somebody about your goals is important. Just doing group fitness now for so long, I've learned how much I need it. I used to always be pretty like stubborn and independent, and I just can just go in and do a workout myself. And I'm learning that having somebody there to help you and to guide you is big. Consistency, of course. So kind of committing to whatever it is that you're going to do for like, I'm just going to do this for 2 weeks. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to commit. And then then I'll, reassess, see how good I feel. I know you will feel good. I think weight training is huge. I think a lot of women, I know growing up, I was one of the few women that liked to lift. Now it's changing, thankfully, but starting with weight training over, going for that run, which is great. I'm a runner. I love running. But yeah, realizing the importance of weight training, especially as you age, and how much it can help you improve your fitness, your body composition, all those things.
We say that all the time, like building muscle isn't about, getting big and bulky. Lean muscle will help you burn more fat and just going out there running, because then, if you're overdoing it, you're stripping your muscle.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's not good for you.
And how much more can support your everyday life? Like our Tabata class at 9:30 is all levels. I've literally had like one of the girls bring in like their CrossFit boyfriend, and he's gotten a good workout. But I really cater that towards 40 and up. And I try to make that one really accessible to everybody. And a lot of times when I'm doing weight bearing movements, smaller kind of side to side lateral movements, I tell the women sometimes, like, I'm picturing you guys like helping your parents move out of their home, or helping your kids move into their college dorm, or going to a wedding in your heels and having strong enough ankles and calves to like go out there and like cut a rug on the dance floor. Like it's more than just, going in for looks. It's to like live your everyday life.
Functional.
Functional. Yeah.
Fitness.
The fitness. Yes.
And
Yeah.
health
Yeah.
and a health span.
Yeah.
That everybody
Yes.
keep hearing about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay. Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, how do you incorporate nutrition and supplements into your life and to the life of or to the work?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think we overcomplicate nutrition and supplements. I think that they
I
are
think you're
great
right.
and they are
Yeah.
wonderful, but you can really go down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
So I think I try to preach this like the foundational things, which is, exercising regularly, good sleep, and then good nutrition. And to me, good nutrition is as much whole foods as possible. And then protein forward meals. So revolving your plate around your protein. I never did that. I was a vegetarian for a while, which I'm not knocking, but I just loved. I wasn't a big meat person and I wasn't a big protein person. I was raised Italian, so pasta was the center of my plate.
Yeah, that was the center of the whole meal.
Yeah, and it's changed my body composition, focusing on protein first, and it's changed like just how I feel after a meal. Not besides just being able to put on muscle, just I feel better.
Tired.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and then that like non-processed. I mean, I'm a sugar addict. I love
Me
meat and
too.
chocolate, like
It's a
for
problem.
sure. But just focusing on whole foods.
Mhm.
So your fruits, your vegetables, your
Yeah.
proteins, your potatoes, like all of the things. Like don't worry as much about calorie counting as much as just
Eating real
leaning
food. Yeah.
into whole foods over processed foods, because processed foods are so easy to overeat. And
Why are the processed foods that have to go through a process to be made more expensive than food that you can just pick off of the
Yeah.
vine and wash it and eat it?
yeah,
Why
Yeah.
is that?
yeah. I mean,
Why is that?
I know.
and
We're not fixing that
subsidized.
right,
Yeah,
right
Yeah.
now,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just one of the things that makes it me crazy because
Yeah.
there's so many people that have poor nutrition. Most of the people that have poor nutrition are people who don't have the affordability of the
Yes.
access to great food or to better quality food.
Yeah.
So they're forced to buy the processed food and
Yeah.
frozen meals because that's what's the cheapest to feed
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
families. And now they have kids with all these health problems.
Yeah.
And it's because they can't afford the foods that would be better for them to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me started on school lunches.
I know. Oh, no, I've gone down that path
Yeah.
before.
Or
Yeah.
on the other side, even with nutrition, people are looking for like they think it's going to be a quick fix.
Yeah.
So like if I only eat this,
Yeah.
or if I cut out like an entire like the same thing, that I'm going to cut out all carbs.
Yeah.
Where I'm like that's not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know-
Going with
I
the
mean,
more
you get a lot of clients
sustainable.
that way. That
Yeah, I always say to just try to find a little more sustainable. I think cutting things out is good, maybe short term, but knowing that that's not forever.
It gives you good information.
Yeah,
When you cut out like you.
yeah. Like I
Cut out
I go
protein or-
through months where I'm like, all right, no sugar, Christina, you're off the rails, and I'll try to go a week or 30 days without sugar, and it just kind of resets my palate and my like craving for that thing. But the going back to your foundation, protein focus,
Right.
whole foods. But there are so many options today that like cutting something out, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing as long as you can sustain it. I mean, going like, carnivore only
Right.
is like, I'm not into
There's
any
extreme.
I don't
Right.
into
I don't
the
like the
extreme.
extremes.
Yeah.
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 So, but you do take creatine, right?
Yeah.
As a supplement. Okay.
Yeah. So creatine, I know that it's becoming more and more popular, and the talk of its effects in the gym is well known, and that's why I started taking it. So helping with muscle endurance, building muscle. But it'll be 2 years in June that we lost my grandfather, who was like the heart of our family, and we lost him to Alzheimer's. And it's really changed the way my family thinks about aging. And more research is coming about creatine and how good it is for cognitive function. Like now, like if you're sleep deprived, to take like extra creatine that day, and it kind of helps your memory. But also there's a little more and more research coming into helping Alzheimer's patients. So I am kind of really leaning into that. Anything that's telling cognitive function, I'm like, yes, give it to me. That is like,
Me too.
again, the muscle stuff is there, but
Mhm.
the memory and the cognitive function is becoming more and more interesting to me. And I hope
Yes.
more and more people see that it's not just about
Right.
muscle and fitness. It's also about, your brain, which is so important.
yeah, definitely. Okay, so tell us about your fitness journey.
Yeah. So I've just always loved being active. I was a runner my whole life. I made the lifeguards on the beach patrol at 16, and I started competing, mostly rowing, which I loved. I was just always into like any challenge that came my way. I went to school in Hawaii. I surfed, I rock climbed, body surfing, got into biking at the end of my time in Hawaii. My buddy was like, "Hey, I want to raft down the Mississippi and I want to bike across the country." And I was like, "That sounds
Nice.
cool. I'll do it." So I was getting ready to graduate, and then my buddy Cody, he's like, "No, never mind. I'm going to South America." I was like, "Oh,
Wait a minute.
I want to
You just
do
left
this."
it hanging.
Yeah.
Which I was stoked for him. And I was working at a cafe at the time, and this girl, Steph, was like, "I would do it with you." So, like, as I am coming up with this idea to bike cross country, I didn't know how to change a tire. I grew up on the island; it's flat. I didn't know
Yeah.
how to change gears. I didn't know how to change a tire. I met a guy at like the bike shop, and he was like, "I've done a cross country trip before. Like, come over. I'll give you like a crash test."
Oh.
So we went over.
I mean,
Got a crash
Yeah.
test and went from Virginia to San Francisco on our bikes with our camping gear and everything. And yeah, and
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Then came home, lifeguarded for the summer, moved to Costa Rica with my buddy, and we were surf instructors. So fitness is like
fun.
fun to me. Like
Yeah.
I love the gym workouts, but fitness has always been about being like outside and active and
Mhm.
fun, and like anything gnarly. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna
throw
go-
it my way.
I got to go back to the biking.
Yeah.
So where did you did you have times where like you had no place to stop? Did you
Yeah.
always have it planned? How many hours did you ride at a time?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
my,
It
my
was
head is going
fascinating.
all different
Yeah.
places here.
So it was really cool. There's this Adventure Cycling Association. They started in 76. We did it in 2006. So it was the 30th anniversary, just happened to be.
Okay.
So they create the maps. Now this is before there's GPS on the
Yeah.
phones. There was a little tracking thing on the
Okay.
phone. My mom, I was new to cell phones at the time. I let my mom track me for a month, and then I remember it was Easter Sunday, and I called her up and I was like, "All right, Mom, I gave you the week, but no, I let her track me for a week. And you have to turn this off or I'm turning my phone off." I feel like Big Brother's watching me.
I would have came and gotten on like fine, then I'm riding my car right next to you.
And so now I'm saying, I go, but can she imagine if her daughter now does that to her?
I can't. So she's flipping you off many times in her life.
Yeah.
He looks at me. I'm like, oh, she
Yeah.
said, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm
Here.
getting it back then. Yes. Adventure cycling. So we had the maps, and there's a little like the front of your bike. There's a little place to put the map. There's
Mhm.
plastic over it
Yep.
for the range, and it's like I forget. It was like 70 miles or 100 miles of a map, and then you flipped it over.
Wow.
So it took you all the way across, but
Wow.
there were random places to stop. You never knew how far you were going to go because you didn't know if you were like going to hit a rainstorm or if like climb was going to be harder than you thought. So we never had a plan. That was like the fun thing in the tent at night, like looking at the map, like where are we going to go?
It was
tomorrow?
just the two of you.
Yeah. And we would
Awesome.
just like
Okay.
people would like take us in. They were so nice. They were so kind. They would be like, "What are you doing?" And we're like, like moms would be at like the grocery store where we stopped to get food, and they'd be like, "Can you please come home? Can we do your laundry?
Right.
When's the last time you showered?
Like,
Like, can you
hell
call
no.
your mom?" So we
Yeah.
would have like
Yes, I
random
know.
people take us
I'm
in, and
like-
we trusted every.
She's so
And it's-
alive.
You're
tell
telling me
us the
this,
story.
and all these people took us in. I'm like, oh no.
And I'm
like,
thinking,
I'm
like, my
panicking.
law enforcement brain's like,
You're
Well,
lucky
now,
you were
like,
sliced
there-
up.
That you could tell. There was one time at a gas station where you could tell there were like the guys that were like, they were just asked. It wasn't
Right. No. The
Yeah.
answer was no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had to go over this big pass. It was in the Appalachians and it was steep. And then at the top, it started to rain. And so then we had to go down the steep. And then we
Oh,
went
that's-
to
yeah.
Jan and Ben's. It was this pizza shop. And the owners of the gas station on the other side, they drove to find us to make sure that we were okay.
That's awesome.
And that was the kind of
Yes.
people that we were meeting. And people were warning us at Jan and Ben's. People were warning us about this town in Kentucky. Is that where we were? Virginia, Kentucky.
probably West Virginia, maybe?
No, it was either Virginia or they were warning us about this town. Oh, it's shady there. Be careful. And the guy man, I used to remember his name. I always remembered his name. I think it was Sheldon, and talked to us forever. We didn't have a place to stay. The people that owned it, there was like a carport behind. They're like, camp there under the carport. Joe just died and nobody's there. So
Thanks,
the kid
Joe.
in the carport. And then when the guy left, we like went to go pay, and they're like, no, he covered your dinner. And it was like,
Oh,
pizza.
yeah.
But it's just like we had
Yeah.
people do nice stuff like that. I could
Yeah.
tell you, I could do this whole podcast telling you
Right.
random stories about people that
That's
would do that
awesome.
for us.
I love
It's
that.
amazing. And it absolutely fascinates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all I keep thinking is, would she let Izzy do this?
I know. I know.
Different time.
I
It will be a different time, a different world.
well, and I'd be able to I mean, I would.
Yeah,
Now it's normal.
I'd
to
have a
track, but-
drone over
Yeah,
top of her
now it's
that
normal.
shot at people that talked to her.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
But it's funny because I think two girls made it a different vibe. My buddy James, 2 years later, he did the trip, and I met him in San Francisco, and I did the first 1,000 miles with him just to start him
Just
off.
about.
He was meeting a buddy in Colorado who was going to do the second half with him, and he's this big burly dude. And
It's a little.
nobody ever asked us anything. Nobody ever offered to help us.
Interesting.
It was just different because they saw this big man that was going and everybody thought we were a couple. You know, it was really interesting to just see the difference. It was only 2
Wow.
years,
Yes.
but nobody was worried about us and we were fine. But it
Okay.
was two girls. People were going out of their way to like make sure that we were okay. And it was really cool, like little like study on humanity. Yeah.
If you're a group of 10, I would have been like, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
We barely knew each other.
Yeah.
We like met at
That's
work a few
awesome.
months before.
You are brave. You are very brave. So,
And if you want another fun fact
Yeah.
about Christina, she was the first female lifeguard of the year in
Was I?
Brooklyn. Yeah. I found that out
Oh.
just a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe you.
we got to put that up in the gym.
Yeah.
All right. So now you're talking about your fitness journey when you were young. What do you see as you get older? Like, how is it changing? What do you think is going to change further? How are you going to adapt?
So I am rose-colored glasses in everything I do in life.
Mhm.
I am delusional. But I am the realities are also starting to set in. I've had a lot of little tweaks and injuries the last year.
Mhm.
That's humbled me for sure. I've learned that I have to definitely like listen to my body, pay attention. I do a lot more like back to basics with my fitness now. If I do classes with people. That's how I would I wish I could take classes every day. So I lift with certain people, and when I have a tweak, I shut my ego down and I say I'm gonna, I don't go very heavy overhead anymore because my shoulder just doesn't always feel great. So I'm like, I'm just gonna lift right next to you, but I can't because the ego is gonna get the best of me. And my back squats were like a little tweaky. I went back to basics, and Rob, the instructor, I had him kind of check me, give me
Right.
some pictures. And now when I back squat, I love lifting with other people, but I'm like, I'm not there yet. Like I'm
Mhm.
building from the ground up, doing the movement right. So I'm learning that part of things, but also like, I'm not going to lie, like the older men and women in our classes, I'm like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. My dad's 74 and he is like,
He's a badass. Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
badass.
And he's
totally
always
is.
competing. So I can't be next to him.
Yeah,
Sometimes, like,
yes.
when I'm injured or something because it pulls
It's
me
too
in.
much. It's
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
Yes. But he's still doing box jumps at 74. He'll like flip the box up to 24 inches. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, no, he does
Dad.
30 because I'm 24. He does 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, Dad. And then like Kathy Schmidt
Oh, yeah.
we did sleds last night, and Stacy Groder, who is my like strong 5:30 p.m. girl. She's an amazing athlete. She has 45-pound plate on the sled, and then she passes it off to Kathy. And people were taking their plates on and off when it was their turn, putting the right.
Mhm.
Kathy's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And she pushed that 70-pound sled with the 45-pound plate.
Not a girl.
And I'm like, Kathy, I'm like, you are like goals. And I don't know how old she is, but she's got grandkids.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. She's another badass.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I see
Mhm.
these men and women, and I'm like, all right, like, yes, I need to pay attention to my body, but I also really like the delusional competitive mind I
It's
have.
fun, yeah.
And I hope to be like some of them as I age. Yeah.
And the great part about the gym and your philosophy is you do teach people the right way to do things and to modify when they do have injury, that it's not just kind of like, well, tough or do it, or, you know, kind of
When I am
buttercup. Like you are very cognizant of everyone and their different levels and what they can do.
Yes. When I am modifying, I'm very vocal about it, especially my 5:30 a.m. class. I am telling people, like, I am not doing this for this reason, because I want them to know that they can take their ego out of it too.
That's what I love.
Yeah. And modifying is huge. Missy is one of our instructors who we adore. And we didn't know her before she came to the gym. She took a Saturday class. I didn't know who she was. And I didn't realize that she was checking us out before she asked for a job. And my biggest compliment was that she was like, all right, this class is cool. I'm an instructor. You looking, because I found my place. She's like, I like that you took time to go over the moves, the modifications. She's like, I can just tell that this philosophy is in line with my philosophy. And that was one of my biggest compliments, because I've got imposter syndrome, and I don't think that every other gym is doing it better than me. And to have this person who is, I think, amazing. I think that the world of Missy, for her to come in and be like, oh, I see what you're doing here and I want to work here, was a huge compliment. And that is, I would say, when you talk about our philosophy at the gym, to go back to that question, it is a teaching gym. That is huge, to be teaching people proper movement.
So we talk about that. Like, it's everybody, I feel everybody's always safe.
Yeah.
Like, we're making sure that everybody is safe in their movement.
Yeah.
We're giving them the modifications. And I love that you're willing to say, I have to go back to basics.
Yeah.
And I, as an instructor, as a gym owner, will have somebody videotape me or help correct me. Because sometimes you just start doing something funky and you don't know until someone says, you know, you're doing that a little funky, and you're willing to say, okay, let me fix it, rather than, you know, muscle through it, or just go, no, I'm not. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, we all get in that.
Yeah.
Or you get distracted sometimes. Sometimes you're just distracted doing, you're thinking about your grocery list, and you're in the middle of the set, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, wait, why are my arms in two different places? But it's important to be able to say, yes, we all have to, you know, go back to those basics once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love
for
that.
sure.
Love that.
And it has been great too, because I know I had a goal for this summer, and even talking to like Rob, one of the coaches, in the morning, to say, hey, this is my goal. What can I do to get there? And just to give me extra things to do, you know, to help me with the.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good.
Nice. I love that.
For my pull-ups.
Yeah. I know. I'm so proud of you on this post. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
You got the shout out on the Instagram post too about that.
I know. Thank you. But it was really good, because you felt comfortable to just be like, what can I do? Help me. Help me to achieve this.
Right.
And everybody's so supportive of everyone else.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that. So, wow. We could stay on here with you all day with you. This is really, really great.
Thank you so much, Christina, for joining us. We so appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you again for like having such a wonderful fitness community and like and sharing your philosophy. So thank you.
Yes, I'm so glad you guys are a part of the gym. You guys are a big part of the heart of the gym. So I appreciate this.
Well, we don't really give you a choice. But here we are. I'm not in the top 10 of the people, the number one person in attendance.
Yes.
You can tell.
We
That's right. You did announce it.
No, on here.
Oh, no.
We did from June 14th to September 1st. We ran who came the most during the summer. Christine's number one.
I have a picture of number 1 and number 5.
Yes.
Because we went out on the boat on this weekend.
With Dawn and I.
So I have a picture that I need to send you.
Oh, nice.
So,
Definitely.
Yes, I was in excellent company.
Yes,
excellent company on that. Yeah. So yes.
It was everybody from
consistency here.
Yeah. And that's the key.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is the whole key. And that we've talked about, I've had at least twice about consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency being the key to success. So,
and I think too, like the big part of it, because there are many mornings when that alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and I'm like, I don't want to do it. But then when you know that there's a whole group of people that are there, like waiting, and you've signed up, like it's like
your name might get crossed off,
and you don't want that. You don't want that. And I'm like, I'm not getting crossed off on the board. I'm like, you got it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just that motivation.
For you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, we also look at you.
Nice.
Yeah, you have armor.
All right.
Armor.
I like it. Oh, purple. Izzy's favorite color.
Good.
Did it for Izzy. I'm always trying to please Izzy. So, where can people find Ola Kai and you on socials?
So, Ola Kai is in Brigantine, 1200 West Brigantine Ave in the main strip. Our Instagram, if you look up Ola Kai Functional Fitness,
You'll find
Yeah.
us.
I forget what our handle
We'll
is.
tag it.
Yeah, we'll
tag
put it on our Instagram.
Yes.
Mhm.
And you're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We try to update our schedules and try to put
Give yourself more
stuff
credit.
up
You're doing it. You're doing
there.
it.
I'm
So,
not a great social media person.
so there's this course. I don't know if you've heard us talk about it a couple times. It's called this
Yeah.
Grace in Transition. This Cindy Dupuy. She's out in California. She's a functional medical professional. She's also a MENA guide. She actually contacted me yesterday. They're actually offering, since this course is a beta course,
Yeah.
they're going to offer it for $100.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So you just go to alivingbalance.com. I did a webinar on there yesterday for an hour where she kind of answered questions and stuff. And I was very, very impressed with the scope of knowledge that she offered in 45 minutes. I learned things that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
Like there's some things that I didn't associate with menopause or perimenopause,
Yeah.
or some different testing that you can have done that helps with define and figure out different levels
Cool.
that I was not aware of before.
Wow, that's
Oh,
great.
all right.
So,
I'll sign up
Mhm.
for that.
just yeah,
Cool.
it was pretty neat. So
Yeah.
I'll share that recording from the webinar yesterday. That I'll share it with you guys.
All right.
Which
Awesome.
I did get permission for that. Until next week, where we will continue seeking answers for women's health care.
And supporting one another.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Christina.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Bye, guys.